This is going to be a video to show you how you're probably not fucked in a nuclear apocalypse. Now let's have a look, shall we? So, this is a website called NukeMap, and basically it's a simulator for dropping nukes on things, which is very interesting. Now, what we're going to do is first we're going to look at the difference between an airburst nuke and a ground-burst nuke, because a lot of people in the comments were basically, they don't know about this, and it's a huge difference between how they use nuclear weapons. Like Hiroshima and Nagasaki were both airbursts, which is why there was relatively inhabitable very quickly afterwards, and that's because airburst nuclear weapons have got significantly, if not to none, nuclear fallout, and ground bursts though are the nasty one, which is another story. So we're going to simulate the largest nuclear bomb ever in the world, which is the Tsar Bomba, to be detonated on London, and we're going to select surface blast, which is basically, this is 100 megatons, which is massive, and we are going to put on casualties and radioactive fallout on this one, and then basically pop it. So someone's actually going to do this. Boom. So there we go. So first thing, you've got the immediate radiation radius. You've got a fireball radius, which is that one, yeah? You've got heavy blast damage, which is the red one there. And then you've got moderate blast damage, actually windows being blown out and your washing, and being blown off your washing line and stuff. Light blast damage. Thermal radiation, which is quite big, that's third degree burns, but you know, if you're behind any kind of shelter, you'll be fine from that. That's just basically a severe suntan. And then you've got the different fallouts, yeah, right? But the wind direction on the time the nuke drops matters significantly. Now, look at the direction the wind generally blows towards Sweden, Finland, and ultimately kind of towards Russia. So if Russia starts basically nuking all these countries around here, he's going to get it himself, which is why I think Putin will select to airburst them, because look at the difference. I'll show you this right now. He cancel these effects. We zoom back into number 10, London, and then we airburst it. Detonate that. There you go. So there is no nuclear fallout, basically. Well, significantly less. There's still a lot of people brown bread, but still it's not as bad. But the main thing that you need to be looking at is this is the biggest nuke that's ever graced the planet's pretty surface. Whereas the normal nukes that are in Russia's arsenal, which I'll show you next, are 10 times smaller than this. So there you go. But look at England in comparison to the size of the largest nuke ever. Yeah. So Manchester fine, Nottingham fine, Birmingham fine, Luton's done, Brighton's done, Cardiff fine, all of them fine. So one of the biggest nukes ever, you're all right. It's not going to be ideal, but you're all right. So we clear these effects. Now, Russia's arsenal, yeah, current Russian arsenal is the T-Pole SS-25, which is this, which is 800 kilotons, so more than 10 times smaller. We go, we put surface blast on, worst case scenario, and we detonate. Bam. So yeah, we've got 6 million for the Tsar Bomba and 500,000 for that one, and that's just one. Now the thing is, Russia has got 6,000 nukes, right? And that sounds like a lot, but the only thing is they don't have 6,000 nukes ready to fly. That's still quite a lot though. That's like 1,700 nukes ready to go in silos aimed at people around the world. But the only thing is then 1,700 nukes have to be divided up across all of its adversaries. Whereas all of our nukes are pretty much just going to Moscow, which is not going to be ideal for Mr. Putin and other decision-making centers and military bases around Russia. So 9.5 out of 10 is going to get a few off, a few hundred, more than likely, but then our nukes are going to simultaneously go off and take out his nuclear facilities. So, I mean, even if the UK got hit by 50 nukes, which is a fucking lot, but still, I reckon he's going to save most of them for America and the larger nuclear powers, because the UK is... But yeah, look at this in comparison to the size of the UK. So even if we manage to nuke every single major city, and I'm going to do this and map all of the military bases as well. Leeds. Look at all this, with the direction all this radiation's going. Manchester. I know Glasgow and Edinburgh are going to get it, and there's some military bases up in Scotland that are definitely going to get it. But look, like in the grand scheme of things, I mean, don't get me wrong, it is not going to be fucking ideal whatsoever. But in the grand scheme of things, man, a nuke is relatively small in comparison to England's landmass, and that's a small country. He's going to have to use the vast majority of his nukes on America because they have got a significantly larger nuclear arsenal than us, and he's going to have to take out their main military bases and decision-making centres first, more than anything. Then you got France, Germany, especially the Germans. Jesus Christ, you know, them guys have got agendas, you know, from back in the day. They're not happy with Russia, just waiting for some revenge. But yeah, then doing this, I'm basically plotting where I'm going, because I need to find out where Trident's held. I know there's a huge RAF bases. He's not going to nuke Carlisle. Sheffield's probably going to get it. But this is every single major city. I think we're on about 10 nukes so far. Birmingham's getting it. And these are, like I say, the nukes that are in his current arsenal, so more than likely the ones that are ready to fly. And at 800 megaton, or kiloton, sorry, not megaton. I know Milton Keynes is going to get it, that's where them special people are. Boom. I mean, what are we up to casualties so far? 2.2 million out of 70 mil. And all you lot think we're not going to survive and why you don't need to prep. The data is there. He doesn't have 15 Tessar bombers to drop on the UK. 9.5 out of 10. The UK is a small fry. I mean, don't get me wrong, we have pissed him off a fair bit. But that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 nukes hit in the UK, and that's what it looks like. Look at all the landmass. Ireland. You know, Belfast. We'll give Belfast one. One for team. Skadoosh. So, all my gloom and doom, this should help you sleep better at night. Don't get me wrong, it's fucking not ideal whatsoever, sir. Dublin, you're getting it. You're getting it. And this is even if all these make it across. Like, and for a nuke to go off, by the way, it's got to get to its target. If you blow it out of the sky, it doesn't go nuclear. And this is, you know, there's going to be significantly more than this because the UK has got a lot of military bases. Like Catterick, for example. I don't quite know where Catterick is. It's somewhere just above Leeds, under Ripon. So we'll just stick another one. Where's my nuke pin? You know, Catterick's somewhere around there. That's definitely getting ground bursted though because they've got underground military bases and shit. But yeah, that's pretty much every major city that is worth nuking in the UK. And look, so where I'm going is here, the Northwest Highlands, if I can get past all the radioactive nasty. From Leeds, which is not good, to the Highlands. Simple. 2 million dead. That's it. Out of 70 mil. And like I say, you all think you don't need to prep because that's it. Or I'm just gonna blah, 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 blah. I'm not saying it's gonna be fine. It's not gonna be nice. I don't think it's even gonna happen. Because like I say, you know, Putin might get off half of his arsenal, 3/4 of his arsenal. Between 10 countries, 1,700 nukes, 117 nukes apiece. Bigger than that. But nah, EMPs are definitely going to be, and this is if the ground bursted. And why would the ground burst them when all of that shit is going to go that way? Finland, Sweden, Norway. But yeah, he's going to have to nuke Poland, bits in Ukraine, Germany, France. Now Spain and Italy ain't going to do shit. Fucking look at the size of fucking Africa. You see, Africa would be good, man. India, Pakistan, America. He's probably going to nuke China. I'm not going to lie. He's probably going to nuke China because as soon as Russia's weak, man, Chinese are just going to swoop in. They've been eyeballing that land. The United States, Canada, Australia, the Falklands. Nah. But look, it's tiny. And like I say, this is an 800 kiloton nuke, right? Which is pretty big. The only ones that are bigger than that are America's, the Minuteman warheads that they've been testing back to back. That's 1 megaton. It goes 1,000 kilotons, 1 megaton basically. The largest bomb in the US arsenal, which is 1.2 megaton. And then we've got Soviet missile Cuban crisis. But I don't know what it's doing with them, but they're 2.2 megatons, so twice the size, or 3 times the size of the other ones. China though, China's just issued a nuclear alert to us lot saying, listen, don't get brave. China's got some big ones. I'm not gonna lie, you do not want to be fucking with China. Hydrogen bomb, 10 megatons, Ivory Mike, Castle Bravo, US bomb, same again. And like I say, Tsar bomber, 50 megaton. So 9 out of 10, it's gonna be an 800 megaton, and that's what it looks like. So this is why you need to be prepping, because 9 out of 10, there's only 2, even if you times that by 10, 20 million dead, that's a lot of people that are going to be surviving. This is why you need to follow me, so I can teach you how to prep and we can survive this shitstorm that we call the world we live in today together and formulate a little community up in the Northwest Highlands. Peace out, people.